everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today's look is going to be this really super dramatic look I use with some goodies that I got from Plouise. So she launched a new kind of like collection 2 weeks ago, 2 or so weeks ago. So you can get like her Sandwich Stage eyeshadow palette, her crisp finish little cut crease kind of creams, and then also some brow products which come in the coffee cup. I think this is such a clever idea. So this is what the palettes came in, and I have the palettes here. In total you get 4 palettes. So these are the palettes. So the 2 end ones are kind of like your bread, and then you have your cheese, and then you have your veg. So that's the palettes there. So I used a couple of colors. I tried to incorporate as many colors as I could in the one look from each of the little palettes. So yeah, if you want to see how I created this sort of look, then please keep on watching. So for the base today, I'm actually going to take the Plouise base in shade 2. So this is the original base, and I'm going to put that all over the eye. And I'm just going to use my beauty blender to pat this on. The first color I'm actually going to take is called Bite Me, and it's this guy here. So it's like a pinky purpley kind of deep pink shade, really nice. And I'm going to place that all over my crease. So I'm going to place that on a tiny little brush. This is the 10S from Inglot. Really heavily placing this on in my crease. The color in this palette, well, this pink particularly, is super strong, so I can imagine it will stain my eyes because pink eyeshadows tend to do that. And I have an eyeliner on this eye that's pink that definitely stains, so there's not much you can do about it if you're trying to avoid it, but you know. So then I'm gonna go into the color Snack, and I'm gonna be blending out that hot pink, and this is just a lighter pink. And I'm going half on the eyeshadow and half on my own eye just to blend that out. I'm just really lightly blending that all the way in. I'm not worrying so much about the lid because, as you can see, we're going to be carving that. So I will blend this out quite far. Obviously, you don't have to. Just don't do it too far, because on this eye I blew it out a little too far, so I had to like bring it back to reality, you know, because we can't be having these massive eyes every single time we do makeup, you know. But I realize I'm not crazy, that this is quite dramatic. But you know, go big or go home. It's the best way to showcase eyeshadows, you know. So now I have that on. I'm actually going to take the navy color called Delicious, this one here, and I'm going to be darkening up my outer corner with that. So I'm just taking that on a flat brush, and I'm pressing that in the outer corner, just like that. What I'll do next, I'm just going to kind of fill in that little edge. I'm going to take another brush. So this one here, the Morphe M506. So it's a really tiny blending brush. And I'm going to take some of that blue, and I'm going to bring this color in through my crease. And the color, it will turn, it'll be kind of like a purpley color in my crease, like a purpley blue. But just to kind of darken everything. And then I'm going to blend out that edge. I'm not going to worry about the bottom part just yet, because that will be done afterwards. I'm just worrying about the top, just to make sure that the blend is nice and even, and that the darkness is high enough, because when I carve this, I still want to see a little bit of that darkness there. So now that I have that pretty much blended through, I'm going to start carving my crease. And oh my god, I've never used any of these paints from Plouise before. I'm not going to actually use blank canvas today, but I did use that on my brows, and it's really good. But I'm going to use the other one that I got in the package. So if you get the big package, you get the brow stuff, which I have there. You get the palette, and then you also get like a pack of crisps. So this is the packet. I went for the pink one, and it's called Extra Spicy. So it's kind of like a light baby pink. I nearly went for the teal. I think I might actually end up getting the teal at some stage. But you get the paint and you get the brush. So if you end up getting all the paint, you get like 5 brushes. But the brush is actually really, really nice. Nothing beats a fresh, brand new brush. I haven't bought a new crease brush in a minute because, you know, I'm always nervous to try new brushes, you know, without having seen them in person. But this brush is really, really nice and it goes really, really, really flat. And I presume, I don't know if you can get this specific brush individually. What I found with this, I didn't even need to carve or anything first with anything. It covered up pretty much everything. So I'm just gonna do like that. And I'm just gonna really lightly just pat out that outer corner just here. So what I'll do is I'll put on a glitter, but first I need to just make sure that the glitter will have something lovely to blend into. So I'm gonna take a blue from one of these little mini palettes, if I can find it. I'm still not sure what is where. So this guy here. So this is called Recipe. So that blue there, I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna press that just on the outer corner. So I'm just pressing that here, right on top of the wet base. It'll stick right on there. And I'm just gonna fade that out. So now I'm just gonna put on some glitter. I'm gonna use Fantasy from Peaches and Cream. So it is a really, really nice kind of soft pink. And I'm gonna stick it down with the Duo Glue. As you know, Duo Glue is my favorite way to stick on glitters. Peaches makeup has a glitter base, which is really, really good. I just can't give up this. Now, if you're doing this on a client, ask them if they're okay with having lash glue, and like try it yourself first, see how it is before you go and do it on other people. So put on a layer of glue first, then I'm gonna open up the pigment, being very careful not to spill it. And while the glue is still tacky, I'm literally just pressing the pigment right on top. So now I'm just gonna create that little line that I have in my crease, and I'm actually gonna use one of these, and these water activated liners have been everywhere, but I had a little look around Boots because the makeup section is finally open, and I noticed that Barry M do these, and they're only $6.50. I've seen so many different brands have them. Barry M only has the 3 colors. It's like a purple, a blue, and then this crazy pink. But if you can't get your hands on any of the ones online, or you don't want to spend too much money, like, these seem great. You know, obviously I only have the 1 color and I'm literally just trying it for the first time, but it's not too bad. The only thing is it stains a lot. So I'm gonna spray this guy here in it to activate it. This is just the Prime and Infuse spray from Penny's, and I just spray that in there, so it's completely eye safe, you know. So I'm gonna get a tiny little brush. So this is just an art liner brush, and I'm gonna swirl that around, and you get a lot of product. I actually can't imagine anyone, unless you're painting your entire body or going to raves every like day of the year, there's no way you'd be able to use up that whole thing. So I just swirl my brush to create a little paste, and then I'm just gonna put that on the back of my hand. But if you don't want any area stained, don't put this on anywhere, but it will stain. So now I'm just gonna put on a little bit of liner. So this is the Essence Liquid Ink in Waterproof, even though I don't think it's that waterproof. It's a really, really nice liner. It's quick and easy, and it comes off really easy. I love my gel liner from Inglot, but it's annoying for me to have to take off at the end of a tutorial. But if I want something that will not budge for the day, I definitely put that one on every time. And if someone comes in for a makeover, that's exactly what I'm going to use because it is amazing. But for the sake of the tutorial and my sanity, I'm just using this. Now, none of the Plouise palettes I have a black, so I'm going to take the black from the Kaylee palette just to blend in that little outer corner for myself. Just to diffuse it out a tiny little bit, nothing too mad, you know. I don't want the black to overtake this look. I want to focus it on all the Plouise shades. And because this palette doesn't come with a highlighter, I have this baby here. So the original Plouise palette, and I'm going to take this white. It's a super pigmented white. I'm going to highlight my brow bone with that. And probably my inner corner as well. So my camera decided to rudely cut me off mid-sentence. So basically what I was saying, I just put this guy here onto that inner lower third of my eye. Don't mind that car. I'm not really sure what's going on. I think the world's ending. But what I'll do is I'm going to take the hot pink from the same palette, the very first color I used, and I'm just going to place that right beside it. Jesus, that car, I swear. I don't know who the heck they're trying to impress. But I'm basically going to blend that under, and I'm taking the Revoluna R26 brush, very similar to the Inglot 10S, because the Inglot 10S has actually been discontinued and it is one of my favorite brushes to use. So I'm just blending that under there. And then what I'll do is I'll take the dark navy shade and I'm going to blend that underneath again. So take that on a tiny little pencil brush and I'm going to connect that outer corner in with the rest of the eye, just like that. So now I'm just going to stick on some baby doll lashes. I'm going to put the number down below of the lashes that I'm putting on. Just can't think of the number right off the top of my head. But I'm going to put on the same duo glue I used on my eyes right on the lash. I love the latex free duo glue. I find it dries really fast. There's no mess because it's a brush and it is fantastic. But obviously before I do that, I need to put on some mascara. Just like that. I'll do my face off camera and then I'll come back and show you the finished product. So this is the finished look. I really hope you enjoyed this video and I found this a little bit helpful. I know there's a lot of different colors I didn't even touch upon in like the whole set. There's a lot of different types of looks you can create and I'll make sure to do that on my Instagram. Not necessarily a tutorial, but just so ways you can, you know, mix and match the colors. But this is the look I created today and I really hope you like it. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe and I'll see you guys later. Bye!